The Sims tease that we're getting an exciting update soon. Hello, my name is Jennifer and welcome to my Sims 4 news video. So I'm going to cover that, but first, if you're interested in things from the Sims shop, it just restocks with some fan favorite items. You can see the items there. So if you were looking for those things and were wanting them, they are hopefully still there. They were when I looked earlier, but also the Freezer Bunny plushie is still in stock along with some other items that weren't showing on that screenshot. So if you've been waiting for things, go head over and check that out. Now back to the main focus. On my main menu, and I think a lot of people, when you opened up your game, it had this. What's so exciting? Come back in 2 weeks to find out. Free stuff. It's free stuff. So this, when I saw it, was Thursday, May 16th. So 2 weeks would be Thursday, May 30th. If it's exactly 2 weeks. And I don't know if the Freezer Bunny signifies anything. You know, what comes to mind when I see the Freezer Bunny, I think an SDX, but we did just get that SDX this week. And I'm going to go over some of the speculation from over on the Sims forums, and it's pretty big, and I wouldn't think if it's some of the things they're speculating about that it would be coming in an SDX. It could just be a cute little thing to have on the menu. I think the calendar just indicates it's like, come back in 2 weeks to find out what it is. And one thing I have to say is we already got our first stylish update this week with the SDX. And we know we're supposed to get 2 stylish updates in this roadmap period. But 2 weeks seems kind of soon to get the second one. Plus, we know that we're supposed to be getting that new hairstyle in July, based on the blog posts that came out around the time that we got those ombre hair colors. Essentially, there were 2 existing hair colors that got ombre tones added to them, and they said we were going to get a hairstyle back in July at that point. Back then, they said that we're going to get a hairstyle in July for that, and they showed, like, you know, what it was sort of looking like and whatnot, or it might have been an artistic version of it, but so I was expecting that the stylish update was going to be when we got that in July, though that could just be what's coming before the game update for the romantic expansion pack, because I would think, well, I would have thought it would have been June or July, but because we know we're getting the hair in July, I was thinking that maybe that was what it was going to be before. A lot of times, in the last couple of years, I think we've been getting EPs in July when we've been getting summer ones. Previously, we used to get them in June, but who knows about that. And yeah, so I don't really know. I'm curious what you think, but I am going to go over some of the speculation, like I said, over from the forum post. Now, like I said, here is just the roadmap, just as a reminder. We're, supposed to get those 2 free stylish updates, like I said, 2 destination kits, which were leaked, and then that 1 flirtatious expansion pack. So this honestly seems like it's outside of those things that are mentioned there, but we do have like the make your move is the theme, and I'm not sure that anything there really seems to go with the make your move. And one of the things that is being speculated, and I think it's probably a pretty big far-fetched, I don't think it's very light, it's a pretty big leap to think that it could be cars. That is one thing that is being mentioned over on the forums, but we'll get there. But Mathew, who is an employee of EA, tweeted this and said, something fun, something awesome, something new, something the team, including me, has been working on. Redacted. What could it mean? Coming soon, The Sims 4. Unless it's just that it's free stuff. That's the thing. The fact that they're saying it's free stuff, I was like, maybe it's not in the game. And I saw someone say, well, maybe it's some like wallpapers that you can download for your computer or your phone. But I think they're hyping it up too much for it to be that, personally. And including EA Cade, who is the Sims community lead over on the forums and on EA Answer headquarters, because he says here, oh, how I've been waiting for this. Looking forward to seeing how the community reacts to this one. Until then, he's got popcorn. And that was in response to this, where SimGirl1010 shared the fact that this was on the main menu, which you've already seen. And then there's a lot of discussion ensuing. And I'll link to this forum post down below so you can see it yourself. And plus it'll probably get expanded later, possibly, from what I'm showing here. And I'm not showing everything because some of it's just chatter back and forth. But I tried to pick up some of the things that related to the ideas for fun. So this person here had said that if it's free and big, it has to be something for everyone, like infants. And But like infants, something they will properly finish in the expansion pack. That is a theme that a few people comment. Not that it's infants, but that it's something that will then be further finished later on with the expansion pack. So this person, interestingly, it's new interactive pool items to go with an upcoming kit. And that does make some sense because, you know, we have just got the swimwear, and they did leak that one of those kits was a pool build kit. So perhaps it's something like a slide, or more to the point, a diving board, something pool related that would be new and would be appreciated, I would think. I don't know that it's worth the 2-week hype though, but anyways, then we have this one, which I had seen some hints at, maybe an infant and toddler update, because the latest newsletter from EA shows a toddler with a pacifier. Well, what they think is a pacifier. It could just be, you know, a glitch of the picture. And a Wabbit tablet in a swatch we don't have, which I agree that is the case. We don't have a green swatch. We have like a pastel pink and a pastel blue, and I believe the third one is black. Those are the swatches, but there's only 3 swatches and definitely no green one. Someone said they wouldn't say free stuff. They think it's they thought it was a second stylish update, but SimGirl1010 was saying based on EA's, you know, comment, they're thinking it's bigger than a stylish update. And plus we already know that's on the roadmap. So in their case, they're thinking that this is something that's not on the roadmap because they're teasing it right now, which is, you know, an interesting point. So here's guessing cars, plant sims as a regular life state, preteens, and an update for infants and toddlers. So this is their guess. A pretty big guess, I have to say. I don't think it's preteens, honestly. Preteens doesn't seem to fit the theme of the roadmap, but you never know. And then someone is like, stuff means assets, or build by, not gameplay updates. Except for that they're really hyping it. That's the only thing. Because they're giving us such a big build up, it doesn't make like a lot of sense just for an SDX adding stuff. So here's someone thinking it could be eyelashes, possibly, because it's not in the game before. Not for Sims 4, it's not. And here's one with that bombastic announcement. I expect basic cars. More fleshed out cars for dating, woohoo, and drive-in cinemas are a must for the romance EP anyways. Well, I beg to differ. I don't know that they're a must, but they would be a good fit. I would agree with that. They could add many different things to go with romance in an expansion pack. Again, SimGirl1010 is agreeing that it could be cars with more romantic interactions with the new pack. And then cars are also teased by the moving red road lines on the roadmap and the unusual terminus destination kits. And also, the thing is make a move, which would go with cars, but it could also go with other things, I have to say. And someone was commenting about the destinations plus the grid under the buildings looked like an open world to me. I don't think it's open world. I would be shocked, and also I don't want it. Even though I like open world, the idea of open neighborhood at least, or it'd break too many things. And this person is thinking it's more stuff for pools, like pool waterfalls, or round pools too. That would be interesting. And they commented here that they thought destination was only because the items are inspired by other countries, like the cafe bistro looks French and the pool looks like Southern Europe, maybe Italy, which is interesting. But the response to that is that most kits are, you know, based on other destinations, and they're only using the term now, so that it still could be something important and not just because they're inspired by those destinations, which I agree with that comment. I like this. 2 weeks update countdown is so enormous that tiny additions like a pacifier or a pool waterfall would cause a terrible backlash. And this person's keeping their expectations low, which I usually do too. So here's one that I find interesting. This is in response to the destination plus grid under the building looking like open world. But they're saying create a world or world editing tool. I could see maybe world editing tool. I mean, I still think it's a bit of a stretch, but I can understand where they're getting that idea. I really don't think open world, but it would be nice to be able to like edit the neighborhoods around your Sims, be able to place some things. Like I would like to put toddler slides and stuff like that in, just lots of things that come from various packs in the neighborhoods around my Sims, as opposed to not having it there and having to always put everything on my Sims property. And this is what they mean by the grid lines under the buildings and how they extend out from where the buildings seem to be. So like I said, I still think it's a stretch, but I definitely can see where they're getting that idea from. So those are some of the ideas that are over on that forum post. I'm sure there are other ones elsewhere, but I'm curious what you think it could be. I'd love to know in a comment down below. But that's going to be it for this video. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!